Happy New Year, everybody. Hello. Oh my goodness, how are all of you doing? Give me just a sec here. I think the sound settings are a little wonky. How's everybody doing? Good morning, good morning. Hello, hello, good morning. Am I a little bit on the low side? How's my volume? Chat, let me know. Is the volume okay? Is this too loud? Is it too quiet? How's everybody doing? I hope everyone's having a new I know. Look at the hair. You guys are so funny. Good morning. Hello. Happy New Year. I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday season. Volume's good. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Laura. It's good. Awesome. So I hope everyone's doing well. Happy New Year. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Dustin, and this channel, Modern Metaphysicate, is about all things occult and esoteric with a very heavy lean on the tarot. Today, I thought we could kick off the new year with a classic, which is my reflections and favorites from the month of December of 2024. So this is where we hang out, we drink some coffee, we chat about random things, and I share with you all of my favorite things and doodads and whatchamajiggets from the previous month. As always, guys, you can find everything that I'm sharing with you in the description box down below. Down there, you'll find all of the links to all of the good stuff, like where you can book a tarot reading with me and all of my social media and all that good stuff. I will say too, I do know a number of you did get year ahead readings from me around the holiday time, and I love it. Just know I am working my way through those and I'm getting them out as quickly as possible. Um, so if you're waiting on a year ahead reading, I'm going to be really starting to chug them out here this week. So yeah, I hope all of you guys are doing good. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. We have so many people here, but let's see. Lexi's here and Cosmic's here. Alicia, Patrick. Hello, Patrick. Alyssa, Allison. Let's see, who else do we have here? Tarot Trouble, hello. William, hello, good morning. Oh my goodness. There's a bunch of Thought Thingy. I love that name. That just makes me happy. Hello, good morning. Hello, everybody coming in. Yeah, did everybody have a good holiday season? I know sometimes the holidays are not great for some people, and that's okay too. It's totally okay. The holidays for me are kind of a mixed bag personally. Yeah, Tom's MIA. Everybody go bully Tom on Discord. That's okay. He doesn't have to be here all the time. Show the mug. It's an owl mug. I love my little owl mug. So yeah, I had a good December. December was good. It was rough in some aspects in some areas of my life, and it was good in other aspects and areas of my life. Um, I did kind of take a little bit of a breather, which was good. I just basically did my live streams, and I kind of needed that. And we'll talk about that a little bit when we get to the YouTube section. But yeah, did anyone win? He does it on purpose. Of course I do. I can't. I listen. I got to keep you guys on the edge of your seats with all. So for those of you who are watching or may not be aware, chat before the stream starts loves to predict whether or not I will be wearing a hat and which hat it will be, because I do often wear hats, or what mug I will be sipping my coffee out of, because I always have a mug of coffee. Sometimes, very occasionally, I do tea, but most of the time it's a latte. In fact, most of the time it is a vanilla infused maple syrup latte, because that's how I roll. So yeah, I have like an eyelash in my eye. Did anyone get it? I don't think I saw anyone that predicted no hat owl mug. I'm gonna start putting like polls up before the stream starts. So yeah, I hope you all had a good holiday. I hope not too many of you guys got coal in your stockings. Everyone was on the good list, yes, not on the naughty list. Um, it's 2025. And usually I start off the year with like all of these like this is what I want to do for the year. This is this is my goals and I'm not doing that this year. It's just not happening. I'm taking things a day at a time right now. There's a lot going on. And that is the space that I'm in. I do have planners. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about planners. Where did I so I do have a new planner for this year. We have the new Hobonichi. This is the little planner that I use for my kind of my everyday business, work related, miscellaneous, like I have to go to the dentist or whatever kind of stuff. And then I do have and I did share this, my beautiful, this one's the area planner from Kokarina. And this is where I plan basically anything to do with my spiritual practice. So this is kind of like my me planner. So it has really cool little like daily tracker pages and stuff. Oh, it's really bright. You can't see. It has daily tracker pages and things like that, which are great. So I track like self care and did I read that day, and just kind of keeps me grounded and centered. And I do a little journaling and stuff in it too, which I really love. So love this. It's beautiful. Their planners are just amazing. Oh, you got it too, Tarot Trouble? Yeah. Did anybody else get it? Um, but yeah. I bet I just asked a question about the Roman numerals in one deck. Sometimes it'll be a 4. So, Roman numerals, right? Roman numerals are in tarot, depending on where you were, both IV and II are acceptable. They were used pretty interchangeably. Oftentimes, IV was used in places where there was very little space, right? So it was a space saving technique. Both are correct. It's just kind of one of those things. So yeah, it's a new year. We're not doing a whole lot of like this is what we're planning and all that kind of stuff for the new year because all of that went out the window last year. So we're just we're gonna go a day at a time this year, a day at a time. So yeah, what other housekeeping stuff do we, oh yes, study hall. Um, so study hall is a perk for all members of the channel. All members of Scala Metaphysicae, which is our channel membership program, are able to participate in study hall. There is a poll up on the community page right now, members, to go and vote on the book that you would like to read for the next upcoming study hall. I think we'll probably shoot to start that. I'm not sure yet. It will either be the end of this month or we're going to look at next month. It'll likely be next month, just because I want to give people some time, right? Like I know a lot of people need some time to decompress after the craziness of the new year and the holiday and all that stuff. Plus, we still have to pick the book and all that stuff. But we'll talk about that in the Discord, and people can give their comments and feedbacks on the community post in the membership program. If you're interested in joining Scala Metaphysicae, you can click on the link down below. There's all kinds of different tiers which give you different perks. Adeptus members, your monthly lunar tarot spreads are available and ready for you to go, as well as the astrological overview for the month. That's already posted in the restricted section. Why was that so hard to say? In the restricted section of the library. And yeah, what else is there? We'll do we'll get Terrascopes. Terrascopes this month for members are going to be year ahead spreads. So make sure that you come check those out. We're going to do 6-card year ahead spreads for each of the elemental zodiacal associations. So that'll be fun. And yeah, I think that's it as far as membership stuff goes. That'll be fun. Let's see what else there. Oh, so yes, say goodbye to this room. Not really. So obviously we have some stuff. I'm in the process of like organizing a bunch of my decks, my collection, and these bookshelves just are no longer serving me the way I want them to. Obviously, I have a lot of books. Books are stacking up, um, and I watch a lot of like booktube content, and I am in a lot of book spaces, especially like fantasy books. I'm a huge fantasy book fan. Um, but point being is that all of this is going to go away. There'll probably be a live stream where it looks like a total disaster back here. Really excited for that, for you guys to see that. But I'm gonna be doing like built-in shelves all along. Can I Vanna White this? All along this corner, because this right now in this little corner here, there's basically like a 2 foot by 2 foot um, square of wasted space that could be filled with books right now. And then so the built-in shelves will go all the way this corner, and then it'll go all the way this corner, and then it's gonna wrap around this corner that pokes out here, and go all the way back behind the door there. And so all these shelves will come down, and the little bookshelf down there will get moved to another place where I can load it up with books. But there's gonna be shelves. This whole thing will just all be shelves for books. So I'm very excited for that. Um, so that's the project for this month. Um, it's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a thing. But I think it'll be really cool. It'll turn out really good. Let's see here. As always, guys, by the way, if you have questions, comments, or anything you would like me to see or read, put it in all caps or do at Modern Metaphysicae. If you just do at M, it should pop up with like my name and you can click on it. You don't have to spell the whole thing. And it will highlight it for me and I can see it. Let's see. Oh, hi Tom. Good morning. Hi Raven. Good morning. Hello. Happy New Year. Coffee. It just started snowing and you already have four. Oh my goodness. That's yeah. No, thank you. Keep the snow away. Um. No big projects for me. Also me. Yeah, redoing my entire library shelves. Yes, that's me. That's how I roll. You all should know that. It's not going to be that big of a thing. My dad's going to help me, which he's very handy with things. So we're gonna that's gonna be a little father son project, which will be fun. So all right, let's dive into the favorites. I'm just checking my notes here to make sure I didn't miss anything. So the wild card. My wild card favorite from last month is actually an art supply. I got a new art supply and I was really excited about it. Really excited about this. So I've been wanting like a small Pashad box for watercoloring. I have a couple of different little traveling watercolor setups, but the thing about it is like it's always like a mishmash of like a bunch of different, like I have the little watercolor palette, and then I have like a little collapsible cup, and then I have a little I have like a little board thing that I put the paper on so I can paint and stuff like that. And I wanted something that was like an all-in-one, right? An all-in-one Pashad. So I found this on the Amazons, and I was really excited. It's really nice, and I was quite surprised because it's not that expensive, but it's this really cool little box, and it opens. It opens at the front here, and inside there is a little space for you to put your watercolors, right? And there's a little you can clip your art here, and then you can fill this all up with watercolor, and there's a little mixing space down here. This little cup pops out, by the way. It's a little brass cup for your water, and then there's a little holes here for you to put like your wet brushes so they stick up, and then a little slot here to put brushes to hold it. So everything's in like one little like thing, and it has a tripod thingy. That's a technical term. This is a thingy, by the way, everybody. I want you to know this is a tripod thingy. Um, but yeah, I'm very excited about this, and it's nice. It's solid wood. Love the thing. I'm very excited to play with this. Take it around, paint with it, all that fun stuff. So Yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. Um, no, you absolutely. If you are gifted and you're in the Discord, you are 100% able to do study hall. So you only have to be a member for 1 month to join the Discord server. Once you are in the Discord server, you are more than welcome to participate in study hall. So if you however if your membership is on pause, you do not get the perk of getting to be able to vote on the polls or get access to like um, the Terrascope videos or the spreads or any of that kind of stuff. But once you're in the community and a part of the study hall program, you are in it forever. And the only reason why I do that is just to keep the trolls out. So if you're in the Discord and you want to do study hall, you are more than welcome to participate. Um, so yeah, let's see here. Okay, so that was my wild card favorite thingamabobber. Um, food and drink. So you guys, food and drink. Last month, my ADHD food obsession to chase dopamine became Katsu curry. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. But I was in love with katsu curry last month. I still am in love. In fact, I was thinking about maybe making it for dinner tonight, unironically. Probably because I made this list last night and I've been thinking about it. For those of you who don't know, katsu curry is like Japanese curry. It's really good. It's not like it has influences on from like Indian style curries and things like that, and similar like flavor profiles, but it's not as spicy. I guess I would say it's more sweet. Um, and it's usually served with rice and like some sort of like breaded meat cutlet, oftentimes chicken or pork. And I love it. I'm obsessed with it. It's so yummy. And so I've been making it myself at home. And I use the little like curry cubes that you can get from like the Asian markets and things like that that are super yummy. You can also get them on Amazon. I found them and I did link in the description box. Excuse me. But yeah, like obsessed with Japanese curry right now. That's like my go-to. I had really good Japanese curry at a restaurant when I went out early last month, and then it became like I was like, "Oh yes. We need to make this." And in fact, this is how I want you all to know how ADHD obsessive I get about things sometimes is that I watched videos on how to learn how to make those little curry cubes so that like instead of buying the ones from the store that are already made and you know who knows how long they've been sitting there, which they're good. Don't get me wrong, they're good, but they could be better. I learned how to make them from scratch, so I'm gonna make like the little curry bouillon kind of style cubes for myself to have. So I'm excited to try that. I found the recipe a few days ago and bookmarked it. And I was like, this is gonna be a project. I'm gonna do this. So yeah, love it. Oh, you got a wood burner? You're gonna do some pyrography? That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, they work oh, welcome Jules. Thank you, early. Thank you, Tom. Um yes, so they do, yeah. The little curry cubes that you can get, like the golden curry, it's literally just like a bouillon cube. So you literally just throw it in with like some chicken stock or vegetable stock or whatever, and it turns it into this like nice, creamy, delicious, like yummy. Oh, thank you, Lexi. Hello, pretty. Oh my gosh. You guys are so nice. Thank you. Welcome, Joanna. Welcome, welcome. Um, yeah, so it turns into like this nice creamy little sauce, and it's really easy to cook with. They're very convenient, very convenient, which I really love. They're super yummy. Thank you for all the gifted memberships, everyone. You guys are so nice. Oh, may the odds be ever in your favor. You guys are so funny. By the way, guys, people do gift in the channel. If you're interested in getting a gifted sub, there is a setting you have to turn on. You have to enable getting gifted subs. I think if you click on the membership thing, there's some setting somewhere in the YouTube settings where you have to like opt into receiving those. So, make sure you have that turned on. Um, yeah. So the Robert M. Place book is still available from him, by the way. So if that one if that one is the one that wins and you don't have it and you want to get it, um I know that it's no longer available on Amazon. There are some other stores that have it. I think Artisan Tarot had 4 copies the last time I looked. It's around. It's around to get for sure. And you can still buy it, I'm pretty sure, um, from him directly. And he's great. You just shoot him an email and you're like, "Hey, I want your book," and he's like, "Great, send me your send me your address," and he sends it on over. So yeah, if you are gifted a membership, yeah, be sure to join Discord. There is I'll be sure to post because I haven't posted it in a while. I'll post it in the community tab, how to join Discord, all that fun stuff. Um, Oh, we're talking about tea in chat. Oh my goodness. My favorite tea from the holiday season has always been Russian friendship tea. I don't think I've ever had that. Um, let's see here. I think it's, let's see. Uh, it is the Robert M. Place book, I think is $40 from him plus shipping. Let me pull it up. Let me look really quick. Tarot Magic, third edition. So the third edition is $45 plus shipping, which is $10 to the US, 31 for Canada, and 42 for international. And if you're interested in getting the book, I will post the link here in chat, and then I will be sure to also it is also included in the study hall poll. So if you click on the link, it's there. Yep, yep, yep. Let's see. Okay, where did we leave off? So we talked about katsu curry, my obsession. Let's talk about herbs. So I didn't do a whole lot of working with herbs last month, but I did realize I did do some working with chocolate specifically. I love to do stuff with chocolate around the holiday season, especially cooking with chocolate, but also magical works with chocolate because chocolate is um, it is a plant, right? And so oftentimes I will work with like cacao powder in a very similar way to that I would like work with cinnamon powder, right? In magical workings and things like that. And chocolate, right? Especially dark chocolate is both medicinal and magical, right? Medicinally, it's rich in antioxidants. It has a lot of magnesium and other sort of heart supporting and mood supporting and energy supporting sort of compounds. And magically, it's linked to love and passion and emotional balance and is often used in a lot of different traditions for rituals surrounding love, but not love in the sense of like romantic relationship love, but like self love, right? Like um, that other form of love. So, that's something that I worked with a lot in the month of December. Um, I definitely I wouldn't call myself like a kitchen witch, but like I do pay attention to the kinds of things that I I eat and that I cook with, and like I cook with things with intention and things like that. And I work. I oftentimes will use different like foods and things like that as offerings in my own practices and things like that. And chocolate was one that I did work with and use last month. So I wanted to share that with you guys that like working with herbs, it's not always, basil and oregano and, sage. I think sometimes we often get stuck on those things, but really most plants, when you're working with plants herbally or magically, there's a lot of things that we consume on a day-to-day basis, right, that have properties and that are beneficial in different ways, right? We always talk about how citrus, particularly oranges and tangerines and stuff, are high in vitamin C, right? So that's a very medicinal thing, but also, those plants have very long traditional uses in different cultures, especially like in the East and stuff like that, magically and esoterically. So, think about that stuff when you guys are eating or when you're preparing things and cooking things and things like that. Magic, that kind of magic doesn't, you don't always have to work with herbs magically in the sense of like burning them on your altar or using them as offerings and things like that. So, fun little fact today, because I was sitting here making this list last night, and I was like, I didn't really do like a whole lot of like herbal stuff. It and then I was like, oh, chocolate. I did stuff with chocolate. I used chocolate as an offering. I was drinking the crap out of some hot cocoa, and things like that. So yeah. Hi Zohar, hello from Britain. What part of Britain are you in? I lived in the UK and I want to go back. If you hang around the channel for any length of time, you will hear me wax poetically about my time in the UK. I lived in London for a year, during my schooling, and I loved it. And I would love to go back. As I like to say, I'm always looking for a wealthy, um, British aristocrat to marry me and take care of me. um, ate too much chocolate. Yeah, chocolate. Chocolate is so good. And now everybody's talking about their favorite chocolate. Chocolate with strawberries, okay, yum, yum, yum. Ghirardelli peppermint chocolates. Yeah, those are pretty good. I've had those. Yep. Chocolate makes me happy. Yep. Yep. Chocolate emojis in chat. Yeah. Love chocolate. Everybody loves chocolate. Oh, Hastings. Lovely. Yeah, the South Coast is I spent like a day down in the South, and that was about it. And I do kind of regret it. I wish I spent more time there because I went mostly north, right, to Scotland, and I went to Wales for some time and then bebopping around, and yeah. Love it. Chocolate seahorses. What on earth is that? You're gonna have to post that in Discord. I've never heard of that. Ooh, chocolate salted caramel. Yummy. Everybody's gonna go eat chocolate after this live stream now, I bet you. That's so funny. Okay. So that's herb. Crystal, the crystal that I worked with a lot last month was Amazonite. So this is a little Amazonite palm stone. I love Amazonite. It's a very calming stone that helps to promote emotional balance and clear communication. Um, like I said, December was a mixed bag for me, and the holidays for me are both. Um, I love the holidays for what they are, but I also struggle because I've lost a lot of people that were very important to me during the holiday season, and so that was something that I was struggling with this month, and so I worked with Amazonite to help me work through that. Right, it's linked to your heart and throat chakras, depending on what you're referencing. And it's oftentimes associated with self love, and like harmony in like relationships, not necessarily romantic, but friendship or work or things like that. Um, Spiritually, a lot of people will work with it to help foster truth and personal empowerment and protection. And it also is a stone often associated with, excuse me, I have like the hiccups today, with shielding against negative energy. So I love Amazonite. It is a stone that is found here in Colorado, which I love. I love that it's found here. The ones in Colorado here are um, there. It's a much more pale blue than the specimen than this guy, but yeah, it's a wonderful stone, wonderful, wonderful stone, and I love working with it, especially like calming stones like this. They tend to be like fidget stones for me. So it's so funny because when I was making the list for this today, I didn't specifically do like sometimes I'll do rituals and workings with specific crystals, and that's how they make it on the list. But this one I kind of looked around my desk because I have a lot of stones like this that I will literally sit here when I'm working on stuff or responding to emails or watching something or whatever, and I'll fidget with it. And sometimes that's how it makes it on the list, right? And I picked stones specifically for that, right? And I have a whole bowl of them that I pick from. I'll have to show that one time. But yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful little stone. Um, let's see here. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. Oh my gosh, the Sauce Expo. I want that. Come here. I need to see that. I need to check. I don't know if it's going to Denver or not. I'll have to check that. So, love it. That was my favorite crystal. Um TV, film and video game. Wicked. No one mourns the wicked. Now at last she's dead and gone. I love. First of all, I've been a huge Wicked fan for a long time. Right. Uh, the first time I saw Wicked, the first time I saw Wicked was in Denver. I think it was in the 2000s, and then I saw it in the UK, and then I saw it in LA, and then I saw it in Denver again. I've seen it a number of times. And so when they announced the film was being made, I was cautiously optimistic because Rent is like one of my all-time favorite musicals. And the film was good, but it wasn't the show, right? And that's the thing is like Broadway shows translated into film, I feel like it loses some of the magic, right? Some of the magic is the fact that it's on stage and it's live and it just hits different. And theater is a very magical thing, right? In fact, I think theater is the greatest form of ritual that exists in the modern era that occult people just don't talk about enough of. And if you haven't been to the theater recently or ever, please, please, please go to your local theater and go watch a show. Please go do it. Everyone, it's anytime I've ever brought someone into my friends group or my circle of friends who has never been to a show, I'm like, look, I don't care what you're doing the next weekend. I'm I'm buying you a ticket. We're gonna go watch a play. That's how I roll. If you make it into my friend circle and you've never been to the theater, guess what? Your life is about to change. Um, so yeah, that is a very, very cool thing. But the Wicked film, they did really well. And I think the reason why it I enjoyed it is because um the original creator of the Broadway show was heavily involved in the production of the film, and it showed, right? It definitely showed. But I really enjoyed it for what it was. I'm very excited to see part two. I'm glad they did it in two parts because I mean they followed the show pretty closely, right? And the show is in two acts, and um they follow the cadence of the show, right? The intermission always ends with defying gravity, right? That's um that's always the case. So, but yeah, it's so good. And the books, yeah, the books are great. The Wicked books, if you've never read the Wicked books are wonderful. And I read the book before I went and saw the show. So good though. If you haven't gone to see Wicked, it is streaming now. It is available to stream and watch on Amazon and some other streaming platforms. So go check that out. But it was so good, and I'm really excited. The whole dancing through life thing, that was so good. Oh, they did it so well. And the new end to popular, that was amazing. I loved that. Um, yeah, I was blown away. So good. Hands down, favorite TV film video game thing of last month for sure. Um, let's see here. What else? What else? What else? You saw the musical in San Francisco. Oh, you know what? I've also seen it in San Francisco. And the theater, I totally forgot about. How did I forget about this? The theater that they do it in San Francisco is it's like an art deco theater. I'm trying to my camera over here is being a little cranky here. Oh, because I want to show stuff for um I did see it in San Francisco. The theater there is art deco and it's really cool because the I'm gonna have to just hold stuff up. Oh, there it goes. We're good. Yeah. Okay. Um, the theater in San Francisco is like Art Deco. It's very white, and when they do One Short Day in the Emerald City, whoever did the lighting design for that, oh my god, it was so good. How did I forget this? So it they lit like the whole theater, and it was so cool. Um, so funny. For sure, yeah. The film and the musical definitely depart from the book, but the book is great as well. The book is darker. That's what I love about the book. Um, but it's hard to it's hard to have a musical that's like really dark, right? Like even like Jekyll and Hyde. Jekyll and Hyde is I think what I would consider to be like one of the darkest kind of musicals. Um, but it's still kind of hard to take serious. Like I still remember the first time I watched Jekyll and Hyde, and he does his solo where he's having the argument between Jekyll and Hyde, right? And part of me just like, and I was like, this is really dark and moving, but at the same time, it's kind of hysterical. Oh my goodness. All right, so favorite book. Let me make. I need to adjust a little bit of things here so that there is room. Um, to show you guys. So, my favorite book from last month that I got was this The Art of the Lord of the Rings. Um, it's beautiful, you guys. I love it. It's full of um, prints of all of the artwork that J.R.R. Tolkien produced while creating his epic world, right? Um, I I love this book. It's so cool. There's lots of doodles and scribbles and things like Marsilia was great. I love it. This took the cake for me. This like hits me right in my little happy spot. The thing that I love about this is there's tons of stuff that the Tolkien archives have found in like letters and things like that, and I have just always been a long time fan of Tolkien and his obsession with calligraphy and how he didn't profess himself as an artist, but he created a lot of art in the process of him creating his world and his books, right? Like I mean, look at this stuff, right? This is very clearly like on notebook paper. I love that. It's super duper fun. There's tons of stuff in here. Here's the first maps of Middle Earth that he did um, on paper that's been taped together. Like how it's just so cool, and it's not just like all this stuff. Like there are here's some some sketches he did of Orthink. Um, yeah, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of different iterations of it. Um, let's see what else can we show in here. There's just so much cool stuff in this, and I love it. She loves layer. um, I literally spent like, I mean, some of his like illustrations of uh like places in the story are gorgeous. Different maps, lots of maps. And I love maps. We don't talk about like maps as an art form enough anymore. But yeah, it's super fun. And then there is the usual kind of like drawings and stuff. And what he did lots of watercolor in here. So yeah, very cool. Here's the covers, the books, which he did, by the way. Um, the arm of Sauron. Right, lots of cool stuff in here. So this, yeah, this took the cake by far. I love. I'm a huge Tolkien fan, and when this arrived, I fangirled a little hard. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. So that was my favorite book. Let's set this over here. Oh goodness. Um, all right. So let's talk about tarot now, which I think most people are here for. Tarot. Favorite new tarot. Oops, let's zoom in here. Favorite new tarot by far. This came in at the very end of last month. This is the Mythos tarot. I do think this is out of print now. Um, I'm not sure if it is in print or not. I could not find it. I bought it from the creator from their Etsy shop, and it did say that it was sold out now. So if you fall in love with it, I'm sorry, but this is a whole um, deck based on um, Greek mythology, which I love. And I love the artwork in this. It's absolutely beautiful. And I've been loving it. Love it, love it, love it. It's gorgeous. Oh, that is like the perfect myth to associate with the Nine of Swords. Like that. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so well thought out. Of course, we have Zeus as the emperor, right? Like that. Yep. That tracks. Icarus for the Ten of Swords. Don't fly too close to the sun. Love it. It's so great. Narcissus for the Four of Cups. Which is an interesting take on the Four of Cups, right? Like, I actually kind of like that, right? Because that is the like proverbial kind of energy that comes from that card. Um, yeah, just it's such a wonderful deck. So well done. So it's so good. I'm loving this one so much. The fates for the Wheel of Fortune, because of course you have to have them. Um, love this thing. Yeah, so again, like I said, I'm not sure if this is completely out of print or if they're going to do another print run. The box does say first edition, so they may do another one. I'm not sure. I'll have to try and reach out to the creator and ask. But yeah, I love this deck. Look at the star. Love the art. Hi, Lady Emerald. New name. Love it. Love this. Look at this three. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Gibberish. Love it. Beautiful deck. So that was my favorite new deck that came in literally at the tail end of last month. Love, love, love it. The box is great too. Great little deck. My most used deck, hands down, the Lovely Om Tarot. I can't seem to put this deck down. No matter how hard I try, no matter what I do, I cannot seem to get away from this deck. Um, I just love it. It. I love the artwork. I love the references to both Thoth and RWS and Marseille. There's nods to Marseille in here. I love sort of the all of the sort of cultural and spiritual references and things like that in this deck. I can't put this deck down. Um, it's gorgeous. The artwork is stunning. It's a watercolor. We all know I love me some watercolor. Like this high priestess, look at this. And like the pillars are DNA strands, right? Like the symbolism here, it's like it's modern and it's classic and it's just something that I can't get away from and I love it. I do want a borderless version of this deck. I think that would be amazing. Um the guidebook is wonderful as well. Yeah, I love the guidebook for this deck. It's just this deck is so good, and I think it's so slept on in the community. Like here on TerraTube, a lot of people I just don't see a lot of people really talking about this deck, and it's so deep, and it's like there's so much rich symbolism and reference in the cards. Um, that but it's still very approachable. Like if you're a newer reader, you could still very much read this. If you're someone who like me is obsessed with, mythology and world religion and esotericism and symbolism and things like that, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here for you too, right? um which is what I love about it. It's just a beautiful deck. Now the purple borders, not a huge fan of. The backs, they're okay, they're not reversible. But that doesn't stop me. I love this. I love this deck. Hi, Katzen. I hope you're well. I just love this deck. I cannot get away from it. Look at this Seven of Swords. And I love the fact that he's bleeding as he reaches in to pull the swords out. Oh, I love the Ten of Swords in this deck. I love this Hangman. I love this. I love this Ten of Swords. So for swords, right? Like swords for me, the way I've always read them and the way I teach them and things like that, right, is that swords represent our thoughts, right? That's kind of the very basic concept of it, thoughts, ideas, and things like that. But those can manifest in our bodies, right? The Three of Swords, right, talks about how we can allow our thoughts to break our own heart and to impact our own emotions, right? um the Two of Swords, right, that battle between your head and your heart, that kind of thing. The Ten of Swords here, right, this is like a visual representation of anxiety and fear and all of the, like when you succumb to those things, how they impact you, right? Your stomach, you get, butterflies or knots in your stomach and it's hard to breathe and things. So for me, as someone who suffers from anxiety and has gone through that, these feelings. Like when I saw this card, I was like, this is perfect, right? Because that's exactly what the Ten of Swords is allowing yourself to get to the point where those thoughts, right, those things going on in your head, consciously or subconsciously, in control or not, are having an impact on your body. Anxiety, which is considered a mental thing, right, that has to do with your head, has a physical impact on our bodies, right? Someone who suffers from anxiety a lot oftentimes suffers from tension and indigestion and tummy issues and things like that, right? And so this interpretation for the card I thought was perfect. Love it. Love this Ace of Wands. It's so beautiful. But yeah, this deck, I can't put it down. I keep reading with it. I love reading for others with it. It's one of those decks that it just like hits the spot, like kind of across the spectrum for me in terms of like reading for myself and reading for others. Um, and I love it. So yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful deck. And the card stock on this one's great. I love very much um the size of the card. It's like wider than standard tarot. So it's the same height, but just wider. Um, but yeah, I love it. Love, love, love this deck. All right. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Laura. Yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Help the community to grow. But yeah, making sure I'm not missing anything in chat here. Does anybody have any questions? Those are all my favorites, by the way. That is the end of the list. That was my most used tarot and my favorite new tarot. Again, all the things that I shared today in the description box in the doobly doo down below. If you have any questions for me, now is a great time to throw them in chat. I'm just checking to make sure I didn't miss anything in chat because sometimes I do. But yeah. How do I deal with hiatuses or taking long breaks from a practice? So I mean, this month, so there was no YouTube. I forgot to actually talk about this. This is a great question. Thank you for bringing this up. I didn't do a favorite YouTube this month because I kind of took a break from YouTube. I did my live streams and that was it. I didn't watch a whole lot of YouTube. I didn't surf YouTube. I didn't go zipping around different channels and things like that. I just kind of took a break from it, right? And anything, right, whenever you take a break from anything, right, sometimes taking a break is healthy because it helps you realize that maybe that thing no longer serves you, or that you want to do it differently when you come back to it. um it's different for everything, and I think sometimes it's different for everyone. Sometimes you just need a break, and that's okay, right? You just need a break, so you go away for the weekend and you come back and everything's fine. Sometimes um sometimes you take a break in order to gain perspective, right? So you step away from something, um, so that you can come back to it with a fresh set of eyes. It's kind of like painting, right? Sometimes when you're painting, you have to get up and step back from the painting so you can see everything instead of focusing on little details of what you're working on. Sometimes you take a break because life gets in the way and it's not expected and it's not in your control, or for whatever reason you can't make the time for something, right? And sometimes I think that's the universe's way of forcing you to step away from something, either because it's no longer serving you or because you need to come back to it in a kind of different way, right? um but breaks are healthy, right? for everyone, no matter what you do, right? And I think that's something that's whether it's a hobby, whether it's work, whether it's school, right? Any of it, like our culture is so ingrained on get as much done as possible in as little time as possible, right? Everyone is constantly in a hurry. I hate, I hate that about our culture, right? Um, and but breaks are healthy and they are good for you, and so if you need a break from your spiritual practice, you take one, right? It doesn't mean you have to quit, right? Breaks aren't about quitting, right? Taking a break could just mean, hey, I'm just gonna not read for myself, you know this month. I'm just gonna kind of just chill out, and we're just gonna go with the flow, right? That could be a break, a form of a break, right? um and like I said, again, it's different for everyone, and that's kind of how I approach it, and that's how I kind of look at it and perceive it. But yeah, this is the there's not enough time to do everything, and it drives me absolutely nuts, right? Everyone right now in this world of instant gratification, where you can buy something on Amazon and have it delivered the same day, right? Like, not 100 years ago, you know, people would write letters to each other that would take weeks to arrive. And people just waited, right? And so I think it's something that we like societally, and we as human beings are going to have to learn to navigate, right? Which is how to make space in our lives, right? Because the constant pressure of, you know do as much as you can in as little time as possible, is not sustainable for a lot of people. A lot of people burn out. A lot of people have problems, like, come from it, whether it's mental or physical, and it is what it is. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Um, best. Sorry, I saw a question about an. Do I have a favorite Egyptian book? I mean, I have a couple copies of the Egyptian Book of the Dead, which I really love. The Book of Gates is really wonderful by Josephine McCarthy. Um, the Complete Encyclopedia of Egyptian Deities is wonderful. Yeah, those are some good ones. Um, any other questions? Yeah, no, breaks are healthy. Any resolution? Nope, no resolutions this year. I talked about that at the start of the stream. We're not doing any of that this year. For me, this is a day by day kind of year. We're gonna go a day at a time. I'm gonna do what I can in a day, and I'm gonna make some journal plans. Like, I'm gonna redo my library shelves. But I'm not doing the, like, this year I'm gonna lose 10 pounds and post 100 YouTube videos and write 4 books. And no, we're not doing that. This year will be what it will be. Um and yeah. I've been yeah, I'm a hermit person. The hermit is my life path card. Love it. um I support this, Laura. I support this a 110%. We need Laura's deck. Just saying. And that's the thing too, like New Year's resolutions, right? Like, there's so much pressure this time of year. Everywhere you look, everyone's talking about goals and things. Like, goals are great, but most New Year's resolutions are unrealistic goals, right? Like, at the end of the day, you're like setting yourself up for failure, right? So, and that's not universally true of everyone, right? Some people do set very realistic goals, right? I'm speaking hyperbolically at this point, but we're bombarded by this like societal expectation that you're like, oh, it's a new year, so therefore you have to have new goals and there should be a list. Like, no, no, you don't. If you don't want to have goals or resolutions, you don't have to. It's okay. If you want to have them, that's okay too. um, I like this. My only resolution is to not make any resolutions. I'm right there with you, Allison. All right. All right, friends. We are right over an hour now. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that you would like me to answer, feel free to come back and leave a comment down in the description box or in the description box in the comment section down below once the video gets posted. I hope all of you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful new year. Members, don't forget to go check out the poll if you so you can vote on which book you want to read. And yeah, thank you all so much for coming out and starting off the new year great with me. I really enjoy hanging out with each and every one of you. I really appreciate all your love and support, and a huge shout out to all members of Scala Metaphysicae. Thank you to everyone who gifted memberships today. You guys are amazing. New members, I will post how to join the Discord on the community tab if you joined, so that you can easily find the instructions on how to do that. And just so that it's there for reference for anyone who may be interested in joining Scala Metaphysicae. And yeah, we'll see you guys around YouTube. Remember, everyone is fighting a battle that you know nothing about. So be kind always. Bye, everybody.